Ohio State, 8 p.m. hosts Tennessee. This is a 8-9 game, fascinating game. We've talked a lot about which Buckeye team is going to show up, the one we saw all year or most of the year, or the one against Michigan. And we don't know. But what we do know is I think a lot of Vol fans are going to show up. This is a fascinating development. Ohio Stadium seats 102,780. 3,500 of those tickets were allocated for Tennessee. And then they put out a code that Ohio State fans were supposed to use to be able to purchase tickets in a pre-sale. So if you were on the pre-sale list to get this done, unfortunately for Ohio State, not the highest security. It wasn't like password or 1, 2, 3, 4. It was OSUFB. That was it. That was the code, and it got out to the Vol fans. And Tennessee fans bought a ton of tickets. We don't know how many. Ticket brokers bought a lot of tickets, which means those tickets are going on the secondary market, which means they are available to both Ohio State and Tennessee fans. So the idea of the usual overwhelming pro-Ohio State crowd, and we can talk about how many of those would be pro at this point, but they're going to be a lot of orange in that building because you crack that door, Tennessee's coming through. I don't have any doubt. Volunteer fans are like, OSUFB, boom, I'm there. Ross, what happened?
Yeah, there's, I think maybe the university president there at Ohio State talked a little bit about this publicly and said he expected maybe 20,000. I think he said 20,000 Tennessee fans in the stands. So that's a lot of orange. I remember us talking about in the last pod. It's not that long of a trip, and the Vols would make that trip, but 20,000 that would be pretty incredible. Obviously these are two. What fascinates me about this one is the kind of the off the field dynamic to this one, Dan, is these are two of the biggest, most successful and lucrative collectives in probably rosters in the game right now. What's funny is the winner plays Oregon, which is also right in the mix as three of the probably top 5 collectives in value for their roster in college football. So two extraordinarily talented teams. One of them, obviously, that Ohio State that has probably more of the pressure. Tennessee, this one just feels like a game where Tennessee can and should play pretty free, and that's probably not good for the Buckeyes, right? I think the Michigan game felt that way, and we all know how that turned out. I mean, every game this year has felt like just brutal pressure-wise for Ryan Day and Ohio State, and this one more than the next one, just feels like it as well. But they're talented. They're playing at home, and it's going to be cold. And I can't see the talent. And look, Tennessee's talented too. We talked about it. I mean, they've got a lot of money over there too, and their front has been incredible as well. I just see this one being a low score, ugly game where it comes down to the final play. And God bless Ryan Day if he loses.
Hey, Big Orange going to be rolling up I-75 through Lexington, through Cincinnati, hang a right onto I-71, rolling into Columbus in large numbers and adding, yes, more pressure to the situation for Ohio State. To me, this, it's a lot of pressure on Ohio State's offense to produce. They're trying to run against a really good run defense. If they get stubborn about it like they did against Michigan, look out. But you got to get Will Howard. Will Howard can't make the mistakes he made against Michigan. You got elite receivers. You got to involve them. You got to turn this into more of a perimeter game, I think, and beat them on the outside. And we'll see if Will Howard and the offense is up to it. We'll see. I think, Chip Kelly is not a dumb play caller. I don't know what happened against Michigan. I don't expect them to call a dumb game again. So I would expect a smarter game plan. We'll see if they can execute it with that much pressure hanging on them.